Well, general audiences, I wanted to show one little aspect of the SE-5 when it was assembled that shows you the problematic nature of all this kind of technology. Now, if you want to see a full examination of this, you need to go to our Patreon account and you can see the internal guts, all the electronics that are in there, and how the flow of energy generally goes through it. But there's quite a few problems of energy flows with this unit just in the nature of what it is, which is pretty sad. Now, there's also a problem of if you have a problem with your unit, the SE-5 manufacturers will have a problem fixing it. Older units, which are nothing at all like this, the original SE-5 were two electromagnetic wells, just a bunch of wire wrapped around and then around a particular witness cup or well. It's electromagnetic well. Those was all it was. And you would put things in there, and of course that's an old way of doing things and a very poor way to manifest. Of course that's changed dramatically, but the bottom line is that you couldn't get those fixed, and of course you can't even get these older models fixed except at very high prices. I've talked to several people and they quoted me anywhere from $800 to $1,200 is what the SE-5 people wanted to fix their machines or test them, etc. So there isn't much standing behind the products these people do. They don't want to work with their technology. They don't want to fix it. And people who have invested in these, well, good luck after a few years, and I'm not sure what their warranty is. The other problem with the SE-5 is you can't really get a price on it. Nothing is listed online. You've got to call them up, and I guess they see what number you're calling from. And if you're calling from Seattle or Beverly Hills, you got one price. And if you're calling from somewhere else, or maybe you're Japanese and they want to charge you double the price. So you can't get a figure on it. To me, that's very disreputable. What is the cost of the SE-5 and why isn't it listed online? Well, I just told you why. It's all part of the con. And apparently he's very good at conning people from India, where he spends most of his time with very ignorant practitioners that are out of India that don't really understand this technology. One of the other problems is the fact that, and here's a blaring problem of this, of course you get a cheapy little computer that goes on this. This little piece of junk here that just basically is a number generator. But here's one of the major, or two major problems I'm going to show you with this unit that they refuse to repair. You can't get proper pricing on it. You know, what are they hiding? But let's take a look. This is what you call a rubbing plate. I like to call them out plates. But this is a rubbing plate right here. Okay, a big rubbing plate, ooh, goo, 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 which is something that's the kind of advanced technology they have. They still give you a rubbing plate. You know, it just shows you how backwards they are. But let's turn this over. Well, that's interesting because there's no connection to the rubbing plate. There's no electrical wires going into the circuit. There's no connection whatsoever. Well, isn't that interesting? Well, that's pretty bad tech. You know, you're either electromagnetic or not. You got this scientific connection here. But connecting to what? We also have another problem with the actual witness plate, the in plate. And let's show you what their in plate looks like. Now, you insert in here your witness. This can be anything, and they used to use Polaroids, but they have other plates which go plastic to plastic or insulator to insulator. And of course you say, well, that's not true, Dr. Toy. Look at it, it's right here. It's obviously copper. Well, it is, dumb guy, but not in the inside. And of course, on the outside again, it's copper again. So why is there copper on the outside, but your energy goes in the center here and is supposed to then actually connect and go through it? Doesn't make any sense at all. So it just shows you the kind of horrible engineering that went into this, not understanding the energies they're using or not. Now, if this is non-conductive energy, which is what real radionic energy is, why are you using conductive material like copper and other things? And this is really boring stuff. The technology in this is so old, so primitive, and so common that it's laughable. It's really just a ripoff. The bottom line is there's nothing inventative or good or high quality about this unit whatsoever. It looky like a little computer, but we're not talking about primitive, stupid, computerized stuff. We're talking about advanced technologies. Of course, the SE-5 ain't nothing when it comes to advanced technology. There ain't no advanced technologies in that. Certainly not this piece of junk, and neither are the little items that they have in there that are their processors. Their processors are processing what? And if they are processing something, they are not in any way automatic. You got to tune this thing. You got to run programs through it, which are a bunch of numbers. And where is the beef? So this kind of horrendous, ridiculous way of a witness plate. And then we get into the ridiculous rubbing plate here, which is just a piece of plastic. And let's see if we can see if I can get that off there a little bit and see if there's anything underneath it. So it's pretty much of a complete and total junk. So, again, there's no advanced technology here, and digitalizing something just shows you how ignorant you actually are because you don't know what the energy is. Can't find my good knife. Okay, here we go. Well, let's... Okay. So let's actually see here now that we pried this up. But it doesn't matter. There's nothing going through it, yeah. And the whole idea is that, let's see if this is any kind of... And if you look in here, it's high-techy. Look at that. It's glue. Oh, man, what a genius. So the whole idea is this is just a plastic plate that is connected to nothing, that's glued on the outside of the box. That's the kind of tech you're getting. But of course, you don't know how much it costs because they won't put that online. They want to give you a price sheet that fits you. Let's rip somebody off. Let's not tell people cost factors. So the whole idea is that kind of con game is something. They want to get you on the phone. They want to get your email so they can sell you, so they can get your number and try and convince you and give you a bunch of lies and other things to get you to buy very expensive technology that is nothing more than a giant piece of bad engineering and bad tech. But hey, you can get plastic with glue on it. Yeah, nothing here. No conductive energy that flows through the atmosphere. But yeah, we got to have electromagnetic with it. So the whole idea, it's such a confused, hot, simmering pile of poo that it's really affronting. I had no idea it was that bad until I finally took one of these apart. But the bottom line is you've got no tech here whatsoever. It's a bunch of digitalized garbage, which actually weakens the process. And of course, after 30 years, they have no proof of anything. But we do have proof of their followers and others who are dead. They died of disease. And it's as simple as that, like so many other people that they're connected with. And certainly, there is nothing coming out of this person's organization that is high-tech or advanced whatsoever. And they have dubious connections. So I hope you've enjoyed that. If you want to see the guts of this entirely and go into more details, remember, we have this completely taken apart, showing the internal guts on our Patreon account. And you'll get to see a very close, intimate look at the actual wiring of this, all the other aspects of it. It's all there. And of course, these things cost money. Even this unit cost me money, hundreds, for a piece of junk that I think I traded for this with some other equipment. But the bottom line is nothing is free out there. If you expect to see stuff like this, talk about it, and you can make your own judgment. If you think there's something special about the processors and the scalar antennas that are inside of this, well, you'll be able to see that, and you'll be able to make your own judgment for it and state your own situations. But this all needs support to do that. We need to find out what this technology is and does it work or not. I have this stuff. I would never buy any of this stuff again. There's nothing out there of any value to be found from any other place but Radionic Tech, because we're the only ones doing serious research. We're the only company that really is ran by a subtle energy physicist who understands this energy and how it works. The rest of the people are just going by what basically is a bunch of nonsense, and they know nothing, and they've achieved very little except filling their own bank accounts. So all of this stuff and the other aspect of trying to move away from this ain't radionics, well, it certainly isn't radionics. This is some sort of jumbled hot mess, and you get to pay thousands to buy it. So I hope you enjoyed it. Make sure you support us on Patreon to see inside of this and see inside of so many other units. It's really fascinating. And, these are people who are into this kind of stuff, have seen these instruments and others for many, many years. But, it's kind of a mystery. What's in there? People think something special's in there. What's in there is a hot mess. And many times it's a toxic hot mess. You want to bring that into your house? Well, educate yourself and support an organization that is really trying to do something, and support our tech. We have great tech. We have good, powerful, simple tools, and we will have more advanced tools coming soon. Hope you've enjoyed.